going to load a sample problem, which is called Misleading Heuristic Demo. Okay. What could be better? Let me try and squish this just a little bit so you can see what's going on here. They're trying to make it look a little bit more map-like or something. I'm not sure, but I just wanted to fit in the tool when we run it. So, all right, anybody remember the colors? If I pull up the colors, you'll see that purple is the start node. So node 0 here is the start node. And node 8 here with a heuristic of 0 is the goal node. But if I kind of run through this one, now that I've squidged it down a little bit, when we start at node 0 and we find its neighbors, for some unknown reason, actually it's not necessarily, yeah, no, it can't be an admissible heuristic because node 0 has screwed up here. But because node 0's heuristic should be bigger than anybody else's, any of its neighbors, since it has to go through the neighbors to get to the goal. But for some unknown reason, it's 34.2 to get from node 6 to this guy. It's only 29 to get from node 10 to the goal, even though node 10 can't get to the goal, right? And it's a mere 23.7 to get from here, right? So if we do some steps, right? And I don't even have any pruning on, so I think it's going to take us a little while. So let's see, right now, our favorite node, our favorite path right now is node 0 to node 1. Everybody see that, right? Because that has the lowest heuristic value, right? And if I'm just going to take some steps so you can see what happens. I take a step, and now we are at, let's see, node 2, which is a value of 17, and 17 for its heuristic is beating out everybody else. So we're going to go to node 2, and I'll take another step, and we're at node 3, which is a value of 10. 10's great. So that's at the front of our priority queue. Everybody see what's happening here, right? This is not good. And I'm going to take a step, and we get to node 4, which has a value of 15, still smaller than anything else on our priority queue. So we stay up here. I'm going to take another step, and I am at node 5, which has a value of 21, but that's still lower than this. This seriously is a misleading heuristic, because if I take another step, I end up back at node 2, which has a smaller one, and I could just, we're now in an infinite loop, right? And if I show you the frontier, you can see it just goes for a long way, right? We're kind of not in a good shape. All right. I could, of course, how do I reset this search? Is there a button? There you go, reset the search. If I put on multipath pruning, right? And I got to warn you, multipath pruning on here is slightly different from the way we do it, but close enough that you will get it. And I'm just going to put on auto search, and we'll see what happens, just so you can watch this later. Oh, that was way too fast. Hang on. Let me do it again, reset search. And I have best first with multipath pruning turned on here, and I'm going to set the search options animation speed to be slow, so you have 1 second per step so you can see what's going on. And now let me run it. So we start out and we're still going around that loop, right? But when we pop this, the path with node 2 off of the frontier, we realize that we've been there already, and so that just gets tossed. We drop it on the floor, right? And so eventually we find the right path. Okay.